this octagon of life. Together we will fight.
Borralho's been looking for a fight, but he hasn't got one. So in the meantime, he's going to be doing a grappling match this Friday in karate combat. Borralho is ranked number 6 in the middleweight division. Some potential opponents for him include Whitaker and Adesanya. Hamza's probably fighting for the title next, so that's probably off the table. He's kind of friends with Strickland, so that probably won't happen. And Imavov might be waiting around for a title shot too. Daniel Cormier spoke with Justin Gaethje, and Gaethje said he's definitely going to be fighting at UFC 313 next weekend. He doesn't care who it is against. Daniel Cormier says he prefers if he fights Moicano. Dana White is on the cover of Forbes magazine. The money issue, they call him the Lord of the Octagon. One thing he mentions in the article of interest is that he says Weili Zhang will fight the winner of Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. So that'll be her moving up a weight class, trying to become a double champion. Manon and Valentina fight at UFC 315 May 10th in Montreal, Quebec.
Montreal, Canada?
Patricio Pitbull tells Ariel Helwani that he was willing to retire if the UFC didn't give him an offer, but they did. They gave him Yair Rodriguez. They will fight at UFC 314 April in Miami. Junior Tafa going to be dropping down to 205, and he's going to be taking on Tuco Tokus May 3rd in Des Moines, Iowa. That fight night card is headlined by Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. Misha Tate versus Yana Santos is on that card, as well as Daniel Rodriguez versus Santiago Ponzinibbio, Marina Rodriguez versus Jillian Robertson. Melky Costa just won over the weekend, and he already has a fight scheduled March 29th in Mexico City. He's going to be taking on Christian Rodriguez. Interesting fight right there. Both guys are coming off impressive wins. Melky Costa tapping out Andre Fili over the weekend, and Christian Rodriguez handing Austin Bashi his first loss in his last fight. It's the first time in a while Christian Rodriguez isn't fighting an undefeated prospect, but this should be an interesting featherweight contest. Christian Rodriguez says, my parents both migrated to this country at ages 14 and 15 to pursue bigger opportunities and a new life. What an honor to be back and represent the American dream that they pursued. Can't wait to put on a show for all of my people. Moreno versus Usyk headlines the show, 5-minute rounds in the 125-pound division. Co-main event, Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer in the middleweight division. And then there's also at 155, Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober. Probably on this card, there's going to be some guys who gas out, not used to the elevation. UFC confirms this bantamweight contest for UFC 315 in May in Montreal. Helwani will have home cage advantage in Montreal. Some people wanted a better fight for Aldo, but this is what he gets. Some people are pushing for Jean Silva to fight Justin Gaethje, including Gilbert Durinho Burns. Let's do Jean Silva versus Justin Gaethje. Yes or yes? Definitely be an exciting fight, but they're probably saving Jean Silva for featherweights.
Tito Ortiz, what happens when we die?
What happens when we die? I leave a legacy behind me that I've helped people, that I've been a factor in somebody's life in a positive manner, and knowing that it was Tito Ortiz to help me get through that hard time. That's what happens when we die.
March 15th card adds Zaleski versus Njokwani, Cunningham versus you.
Oh, me?
Couple former UFC fighters on this Octagon MMA card. Mahmoud Muradov versus Jalton Loderbach. Merab Dvalishvili doing a skit, teasing a rematch with Sean O'Malley. That's the fight they're probably doing next, even though they fought just 5 months ago. In that fight, 2 of the judges gave it 3 rounds to 2 for Merab. But they gave O'Malley rounds 3 and 5, so we can draw some confidence from that, because usually by round 3, guys are exhausted and they end up losing all the rounds to Merab. But O'Malley, even though he slowed it down, wasn't slowed down enough to lose rounds 3 and 5. Sean Strickland says he can't train for 4 weeks, likely due to the broken nose, so he's out there skiing.
What do you do if you can't train for 4 weeks? Hit some jumps. Really bad at them, but I'm trying.
Had to go and click on the UFC's website and make sure I wasn't tripping. They don't have a Palestinian flag on the website under the champ, Bilal Muhammad. Please tell me the reason why not. They got Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. Maddalena representing Australia. Valentina, Kyrgyzstan. Manon Fiorot, France, but no flag for Bilal Muhammad. Born in America, but of Palestinian descent.
I have no comment on that. I don't hate Jews. I'm critical of them, but I don't hate them. That doesn't mean that I'm anti-Semitic.
You wore a Nazi armband.
that doesn't make me a hater. Whoever said you have to be white to be a National Socialist, you don't have to be white. It could be anybody. You know 6 million Jews are killed. I have no comment on that.
Chris Cyborg is boxing on Monday in Colombia. You can watch it live on chriscyborg.com. It's a mismatch. He's fighting someone with a record of 1-2, Karen Fernandez out of Colombia. The PFL announces their middleweights in their tournament this year. Impa Kasanganay, Mike Shipman, Josh Silvera, Aaron Jeffrey, Fabian Edwards, Sadubai Sai, Murad Ramazanov, and Dalton Rasta. Brandon Allen on his fight with Anthony Hernandez says, "No excuses, I was ready and my performance was super inadequate, lazy, lacked urgency, and I made very amateur tactical mistakes. Not much to say, the proper changes will be made and I'll be back smarter and more polished." After the victory, Anthony Hernandez moves into the top 10. BKFC returns to Omaha, Nebraska on April 18th at the Astro. They're doing a lot of shows across the world, but they're also staying at home doing local shows in the United States. Eubanks Jr. slapped Benn in the face with an egg, so Benn was obviously mad about that, and he was yoked in the face and body after that. They're doing a press tour this week for their fight April 26th in London. The next press tour spot is Thursday in Tottenham.
Taking this fight. Taking this fight. Taking this fight.
In this octagon of life, together we will fight.
What's cracking?
Dylan Budka just got knocked out by Edmund Shabazian and kicked off the UFC roster the other day, but he is back in action Saturday, May 17th in Ohio. That's American Fight Promotions Fight 102. People have said Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje won't be happening. Hooker's out. Damn, that would have been a banger. Ilya Topuria should step in. Good fight for him. That'd be a pretty crazy fight. Justin Gaethje versus Dennis Seaver. Book it, Dana.
What's up, guys? I am hosting an MMA retreat in Colombia, May 18th through the 24th. All-inclusive retreat. Pick up from the airport, nice accommodations, 2 training sessions a day with me and Brandon Six Gun Gibson. Meals prepared by chefs, stretching, yoga, breath work, all sorts of excursions, hiking. It's going to be beautiful. Come out, train with us. We're going to have a fantastic time. I'm going to include a link if you're interested. Come out, sign up, have a good time with us.